Hey Finxters, and welcome to today's video. It's Chris, founder of Finxter.com, and in today's video you will learn about Python's built-in dict function. So it's a dictionary constructor function. You can call it constructor function. Actually in Python they don't call it constructor, but it behaves like a constructor. So if you know C++ or Java, you can just assume it's a constructor function or method. So the dict function or method creates a new dictionary. And it returns a new dictionary object, and you can use it in different ways to create a dictionary. So it makes sense to quickly go over the different ways of creating a dictionary with it. So let's dive right into the different ways of using the function. So first of all, you can create an empty dictionary. So let's open a code shell. So you can simply call dict and don't pass any argument, and then you obtain this representation of an empty dictionary. Okay, so this is how you can, for example, initialize a dictionary and then set Alice to 22 and print the dictionary. Okay, so now we have a dictionary with one key value pair. So you map a key to a value, and we have defined the dictionary outside of our dict function. So we just use the dict function as initialization. So this, you will see this quite often, and you have to be a bit careful, because if you do the following. So if you don't use a dict function, but you use this empty dictionary representation, then you actually create a set. So if you print set, so if you say append the value 42. Okay, so you create a dictionary. Okay, I did it wrong. So this is like an alternative you can use to create an empty dictionary then. Good. So, but there are other ways of using the dict function to create a dictionary. So for example, you can pass an keyword arguments, and this is actually not very well known. So for example, you can pass Alice and set her to 22, and you can pass Bob and set Bob to 23, and then you can set Carl to say 55, and now we have created a dictionary. So this is here you don't even use a string, but then it uses the keyword you pass as keyword arguments, because these are arguments that are named arguments. So it uses the argument name, the keyword, as the key for the dictionary as a string. Okay, so it converts this keyword argument to a string value and uses it as a key to initialize the dictionary. Okay, and this is how you can like very concisely use the dict function to initialize a dictionary with some values, and you can simply use all those values here with keyword arguments. I think this is very useful. Many people don't know this. But there's a second way, actually a third way now, to create to use the dict function to create a dictionary, and this is to use a mapping. So what is a mapping? A mapping, for example, is an existing dictionary. So you can say we have already created the dictionary D, right? So if you print D, it's an empty dictionary, but maybe we can add an element to D. So let's add the key answer, and we set it to 42. Now if you print D, it has one mapping, answer 42. And now we can create it. We can use a dict constructor and pass the dictionary we have already created. This is a mapping object. We can pass this mapping object into the dict function, and it also creates a dictionary. And this is now a new dictionary. So we can test this. So say we set the new to dict D. Okay, and now we change an element for D. So we map Alice to Bob, and now if you print D, we see that it has now two elements. So it has one key answer and one key Bob, and it maps it to certain values. And if you print now D new, you see it still has the old values. So D new, even though we created it from an existing mapping object, it creates a new dictionary out of it. Okay, so the dict function will always create a new dictionary, so that you have a new object in memory. Okay, so and here D and D new point to different objects in memory, different dictionaries. So you don't have to fear overwriting or changing the original dictionary if you use the dict function. But then there's still another way of creating a dictionary, and this is via a list of key value pairs. So now you can be tuples, for example. Actually, it has to be an iterable. So you pass an iterable into the dictionary, and the iterable, for example, a list is an iterable. But there are also other iterables. It can also be a set, or it can be a tuple, and it has to have some key values. So for example, again, we use Alice and maybe her age. And now you see it's not a mapping. It's a list of key value pairs, for example. And the first element will be considered as the key, and the second element will be considered as the value. So now we set Bob to 42, and maybe Carl. Third value we set to 23. Okay, and then so we have a list of tuples, and we pass it into the dictionary, and we obtain a dict function, and we obtain a new dictionary here. And yeah, interestingly, so you can also use a tuple. So the iterable can be really anything. It can be a tuple, it can be a set, or anything. Yeah. So let's make it a set. So now this way. You can also create a set. Okay, so all of those different ways work. So it just have to pass an iterable of key value pairs. And the key value pairs, of course, it must have only 2 values. So if you have inner tuples, so if this one would have 3 values, it would throw a value error because it expects tuples with 2 elements. So if it has 3 elements, what does it mean? What is the key? What is the value? It is not unambiguous anymore. So Python, of course, complains and throws an error early, which is also the correct way of handling this problem. Okay, so these are the different ways of creating a dictionary with the dict constructor. Thanks for listening to this video. If you like those videos, if you want to improve your Python skills over time, then check out my email academy. I give a link in the description below. Also check out our Python books like Python One-Liners and Leaving the Rat Race with Python, where we show you how we at Finxter actually generated a thriving coding business online, and we also teach you how to code, how to program, how to improve your skills over time in the most efficient way. So thanks for watching this video. Check out the resources highlighted in the description below, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.